My name is Eric Becker, and I currently am the manager at Everlights. I've worked here for about 2 years, and I have background in economics and some environmental as well.
Would you tell us a little, you're lead green associate. Do you want to tell us what that means?
Sure. That is a process. We started with doing some training in the office. We did a lot of studying, and basically the idea is that we want to help buildings get certified for their LEED status. They can do all different types of things, rainwater, recycling, changing their lighting, how they do their parking, how they configure the building, many different things. So the process in the office was we studied the material, we went over it as a group, we did a bunch of note cards, we did a bunch of studying, and then we actually had to go off and take the test. It's a 200-question test. We went through, once you pass that, then you are a LEED Green AP Associate, and you have to do updates every year to continue that education as well.
So they recertify you over time then, is that it?
Yes, sir, yeah. Every year we have to do a little more training so we can keep the certification. We don't have to take the test again, but there is a certification process as far as getting a certain amount of continuing study hours, I guess you would call them, so that you can maintain your certification.
When you took the test, was it here in Chicago or did you have to go elsewhere to do it?
Yeah, it was downtown. They have a couple different testing facilities, one in Lombard, one downtown Chicago. I took the one downtown. And it's actually a group called Prometrics, which is an outside source for testing that actually ran the test.
Okay, thank you. What especially excites you about your work? You've been doing this for a while. Obviously, you must like it. What excites you about it?
Every day there's a challenge. I like to form a plan every day of what I'm going to do, but the most exciting thing for me is the unplanned things that pop up and dealing with those, trying to make sure the customer is happy, make sure we're doing things the right way, we're following all the laws and procedures. And it's really interesting to look at state to state, the different laws and procedures, et cetera, that there are, because that does vary from state to state. Even though the federal EPA has mandates, each state will have their own set of mandates. And it's interesting to see who is taking jurisdiction over what. Federal EPA always wins out, but the state may want you to do things a certain way, which is not always the way the feds want you to do them.
Everlights is participating actively in the 4th annual 10th Ward Green Summit. And how are you participating? What have you been doing?
Our main focus has been the e-waste drive, which we did last year, and I believe we've expanded a little bit this year as far as collection time parameters go. And basically that's a drop-off at the Alderman Pope's office where community members can bring their e-waste to the Alderman's office, and we're going to pick it up this month to dispose of. Along with that, we offer free take-back for different items at our facility, which a lot of people in this immediate area do participate in. The free take-back items include computer monitors, hard drives, printers, and television sets, up to 10 pieces per household per year. And we average 3 to 5 residential people per year that will drop off items at our facility.
Can they drop off anytime during the year or only during the Green Summit?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we're open 355 days plus or minus a year, and they can drop off anytime during that period.
What kind of quantities have you experienced during this Green Summit collection time?
Last year we collected about 3,500 pounds, and as a whole, Everlights last year recycled about 200,000 pounds of e-waste, so 1 to 2% of it overall. My anticipation this year is probably around 5,000 pounds of e-waste, plus or minus.
Very good. What happens to the stuff that's collected once it is collected? What happens to it?
For computer equipment, it's sent off to a recycler. They take the items and they basically break it out into 2 categories. Majority of stuff, there's no value in any of it, so they'll break it all down. They take out the different components. The glass goes to a deprocessor in Mexico. The different materials are sent off. For the new materials, after the hard drive are wasted, are zapped, some of that material is available for resale, and that's usually the most efficient way to recycle, because then you're not really diverting any materials and it's all being reused.
When you say that the hard drives have been zapped, that would mean totally erased, right?
Right.
Does that mean they're potentially reusable, some of them, once they've been cleaned like that?
Absolutely, yes.
How can community residents make best use of Everlights throughout the year? How can they make best use of the facility?
The best place to start is our website, everlights.com. There's a litany of information, different rules, regulations, different places to go to, different resources to use. We try to network with other people as well. Goose Island in the city, downtown, their recycling facility will reference that for different materials that we don't actually accept at our facility, because we only accept some materials at our facility. We can help for commercial applications with some of the stuff, but for residents, a lot of the paint recycling net gets very expensive. So your best bet is to hit our website and see the different links. And then furthermore, give us a call. We talk to residents on a weekly basis. People will call, we'll help out with information, different things they can go to, different places you can take your material. For example, Lowe's and Home Depot offer free take-backs for like compact fluorescent lamps. You can bring these back at no charge. Even for residential, for computer equipment, a lot of the manufacturers have been mandated by the state of Illinois to offer free take-backs, and working with different companies as well, and we can offer resources for people to do that as well.
Oh, I was going to ask. I lost the thought. Can we consider making a comparison, like from this year to next year, if you're going to be participating with the Green Summit again, to get an idea of how the totals change over the years?
Absolutely, yeah. And we're more than willing to provide the numbers as far as like how much material is accumulated, time frames. Another thing we do is for residents to come back, we track where the different material comes back from. 95% of it is from the city of Chicago. We don't close that off for only city of Chicago residents. People from Calumet City, Tinley Park, different areas can bring their material here as well.
I know what the question was I was going to ask. You had mentioned they can call you and talk to you about it. What number would they call?
The number is 773-734-9873. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and usually we're here a little before 8 and a little after 5.
What haven't I asked you that you think would be important for the audience to know?
There is no law that mandates lamp recycling for residents in the state of Illinois, but it's a very good idea. There are laws based on the amount of material you generate from a commercial aspect that you are, by law, forced to recycle. Compact fluorescents and different materials like these that have come up are better for the environment in some aspects, but if they're thrown in the trash, then the mercury is going to be released into the environment, which is a unintended consequence of mandating compact fluorescent lamps as opposed to incandescents. For residents, there's a lot of information out there on our website, on the state of Illinois website for recycling, a lot of different programs and information, which many people maybe aren't familiar with as far as how to access that. I know you guys have a website as well, for linking back and forth purposes. There's a lot of information out there. It's just a matter of making that information cheap and available for people to get access.
Tell us your website one more time, please.
It's www.everlights.com.
Eric, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you want to say about the map? If I can do that graphically, did you want Eric to comment about that? My producer has asked that you comment about the map that we copied from your website.
We service on average about 35 out of the 48 states per year. We've had projects all over the country. Right now we're in Texas, California, Florida, Virginia, South Carolina, Alabama, all over the country. We do a lot of recycling for Walgreens, for large commercial contractors that do retrofits of material that's coming out of the buildings for more energy efficient products as well. We can offer services anywhere, and also a good point of contact to reference you if we're not the best fit for someone that may be able to help you with your recycling needs.
Eric Becker, thank you.
Thank you.